Tell me about a moment where you felt it was one of the toughest moments.
14 years ago, 13 years ago, where I remember we have a client. He bought a email blast or an SMS blast, which was 15,000 dirham. And that actually gave money to Platinumlist to pay the rent and pay some salaries. Literally before 2013, it was paper stamps with stamp from Dubai government. You were going with the stamps, go there with a stamp and then just open every file and then stamp. It was around 2013, first time when they were requesting that tickets to be PDF and scanned with an app, because the amount of shows and audience that's supposed to go in was too big to handle it.
So what kind of an advice would you give to a startup, except that don't start? Be very honest, in the Middle East, I can fairly say that you guys maybe have lots of competitors, but you don't have competition. Is it fair to say?
We are not the titans, we are still humble. We can say that we have our competitors in some areas.
But they're nowhere to be seen.
Making moves Broadway, real estate king, stack bricks all day. Bought a crib so tall, can't see the ground. Cash flow endless, funds never drown. Dubai skyline, Anthony Ray.
And we are back with Dubai Stars. Today I have an amazing guest. His name is Cosmin Ivan. For you guys that don't know Cosmin Ivan, he is the founder of Platinumlist. Cosmin is the CEO of Platinumlist, one of the most leading online ticketing platform in the Middle East and North Africa. He has been there for over 15 years and played a major role in the transforming how events are ticketed in the region. Under his leadership, Platinumlist has supported over 100,000 events and became the best platform to be doing the ticketing in the Gulf region. Ivan, or actually, I shall call you Cosmin.
Call me Cosmin, yeah, because it's a tricky thing with my name. Is Ivan is actually the family name, and my surname is Cosmin. It's exactly the opposite of how it's supposed
thanks
to
a lot
be.
for coming on the show. Such a pleasure to have you.
My pleasure, Anthony. My pleasure, and it's a pleasure being here. And thank you so much for inviting me and of course Platinumlist.
First of all, I would like to know what inspired you to dive into the ticketing industry in the first place. So we're going back now 15 years or even more.
Yeah. I think it. So you said founder. Founder is I'm the CEO. Founder is Vas, our founder, which like 20 years ago he came up with this idea. Ticketing started as I think it was a coincidence, because back in the day in Dubai, in like 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago, 18 years ago, there was this place where you were able to go for an exclusive party, and it was maybe one of the only places in Dubai that you could go and have a nice music. It was very exclusive music, deep house back in the day. And there was no way to make sure that people will not queue and wait until the turn is coming, and then they will understand that it's sold out or it's closed. So the idea came in as a registration platform, a guest list, where you'll be applying for your visit, and then you'll be approved, and then you can go in. So you will avoid sitting in the queue and wait for your turn to come. So, and then it was literally our founder sitting there with the paper and checking everybody with their IDs.
Yeah.
Through this very bulky and bad platform. And then slowly started fixing it, and we started building something that became a ticketing platform. But the idea is that from the ticketing that was 10 years ago, now Platinumlist is a full ecosystem where it does more than what it looks like,
I love you. I love the app. I've been using it for almost, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and when your PR team reached out and they said, if you want to have Cosmin, I'm like, of course, such a pleasure. I'm one of the users already. So I know that you told me the story about how how the co-founder got it, but I want to know, like, was there any specific event where or something where you guys said, you know what, we need to move the system. It's kind of too dull, too boring, and we need to make a platform where we can change the face of the Middle East.
Actually, that's a good question. It was a moment like that,
Okay.
to be honest. Yeah, so it was around 2013, 2012, 2013. It was Cirque du Soleil. I believe it was first time coming here in UAE, and
Habtoor City.
yeah. No, it was World Trade Center.
Okay.
Was World Trade Center, yeah. And we got the challenge to, it was first time when they were requesting that tickets to be PDF and scanned with an app. So that was the first time when we pushed and we developed the scanning app and the PDF. And it was first time when they did it digitally, because the amount of shows and audience that's supposed to go in was too big to handle it as an old fashioned. Because literally before 2013, it was paper stabs with stamp from Dubai government. You were going with the stabs, go there with a stamp, and then just open every file and then stamp. I remember we were hiring part-timers to stamp the stabs. So it was so complicated, the setup, that something had to be made to disrupt the way ticketing was being done. So that was our challenge. We've put all our team to work together. And from that moment, we became more of a family concert, everything app that allows you to go and because before that was mostly like gigs and parties and underground DJ events and DJ events, nothing too big from that. And then this was the push to become a platform who accommodated family events, concerts, and so on.
You know, I always like, for every successful company, I always like to know about the tough times way more than the happy days, because I am a
Yeah.
believer that the tough times are the ones that I don't know, the best timing to create something. So it shows either it's a model, it's a winning one, or it kind of folds. So let's go
Yeah.
back to tell me about a moment where you felt it was one of the toughest moments when you were doing this, and how did you feel? How did you overcome it? Like, take me back to that moment.
Yeah, look, it was a time like that when the company was struggling even to pay the rent. Yeah. And I remember we have a client who maybe 14 years ago, 13 years ago, where he bought a email blast or an SMS blast, which was 15,000 dirham. And that actually gave money to Platinumlist to pay the rent and pay some salaries. And then then things started snowballing, So sometimes our founder, time to time, he messaged that client and he's saying like, bro, do you know that your marketing package that you bought actually helped us survive a few months with rent and everything, and you are somehow the reason that we had funds to go ahead. And it's like a very emotional moment, when you think that there are times that you would like to give up, but you just keep going, and it's the best thing you did.
Did it occur to you? Did you reach this where you had that moment where you said, you know what, fuck it, this is too much, I cannot handle it, I just want to leave it and bounce, or something like that?
There are times, of course, that I think it's no more the case, because the system it works like a machine now, and it's everything everything is together. But there are challenges that you think like, what should we do next? Like, are we doing the right thing, or should we, I don't know, change everything?
Yeah.
And then you just need to be persistent and believe in your dream and your vision, because there is so much noise, and then you just feel like giving up. But then you understand that you are doing the right things after the clients are talking with you and thank you and say this is what you should guys continue doing.
The reason why I'm asking you this, because I'm sure there's lots of the audience that they are going to something similar. And I try my best in this show to inspire them to keep going. So tell us, when Cosmin usually faces hard times, how do you overcome it? What do you do? Is it meditation? Is it like you switch off? Like, give me like a guidance manual to give it for people who are suffering nowadays.
Look, I am that kind of guy who, if times are hard, I just go and take control myself. I literally, because I know that my team might get demotivated and they don't know what to do. So what I do, I just go there with them on the front line and sit down with them in the office until the problem is solved. I see that it's solved and they can go forward with whatever they had. I go, I talk with the clients. I go, I travel. I sit down with the most important people for us. I literally transform somehow in a beast mode. And I go and I'm trying to understand myself what's wrong with what we are doing. That's what I do. And I'm usually working really hard. And I will never give up until I see everything is fine. That's how I find my relaxation.
So you take the issue, you analyze it, you see what's the source of it and what are the possible solutions. You keep testing it out until you find the perfect formula.
Yes. If I take a break or I go and chill, that's actually when it's weekend, I have a family moment, I disconnect, and then after that moment, I feel I have inspiration and go back and find the solution. Yeah.
So now we are talking about let's say the tough moments. Let's go for the moments where life started smiling. So when was that moment where you felt like you have hit that milestone, that made you feel like, okay, finally we made it. We're making an impact, this is the right start. Like, take me to that moment.
Yeah, I don't think I realized that.
You haven't celebrated yet?
No. I always trying to what's next, and I know that things are okay, and clients are calling us, and we see, you look at the numbers and so, but I never stopped and celebrated and take a deep breath, and it's just about what can we do better. It's competition with ourselves. And
since when? You guys have been what? Since when did you actually operate?
18 years. So
18
it's
years.
around.
So tell me which year that was like, we made it. That year where you felt like, yeah, I'm on the right track.
Maybe when we open a new country and we see that has return on investment.
Okay.
That's actually all a product which we launch and we see becomes profitable.
But you cannot remember that one special moment where you felt, God is telling me, yes, this is what I should be doing. I was born for this, like finally. Didn't you have that one moment?
I don't want to have that moment because then I will become relaxed.
Then you will sell the company and you jump to another venture. All right.
Yes. That's maybe the moment, yeah.
Let's speak about the industry in general. Like, for example, when it comes to locally, I mean Dubai and the Middle East, I always use Platinumlist. When it comes to the America, to the States, I always use the Ticketmaster.
Yes,
okay, they are also a huge platform. And if I'm not mistaken now, they kind of have that Abu Dhabi branch where you can buy the NBA tickets from, and everything has been going. So I want to know, in your opinion, how do you see the future of this event ticketing evolving, where it's going? And we are seeing now all of this AI being integrated to most of the platforms and the application. So where do you see it heading?
Yeah, so here I will try to be a bit political as well, because if I will talk about where I see ticketing will be heading, and it's part of our strategy, I'll try not to cross the lines because there are some secrets that I can't disclose. But I think ticketing is becoming more than ticketing. And it's not only about being able to purchase a ticket. It's about the experience you get after you buying the ticket. which we try to build across this years that we are in the market. And I think us as a company being vertically integrated and having control of each side of our system and everything is home built. It's about how you create this seamless experience from purchasing the ticket until you attend the event and you go home and you have an amazing experience because all the steps were okay. And now there are lots of cool things coming up in the market. Like you said, AI, you have an advisor where to go out. That would be a cool thing. And I think AI will be very good at it because it doesn't get mad. It doesn't get upset if you talk too much or you ask too many options when a human will, at some point, they don't want to talk with you anymore. So they don't get stressed and so on. And I think another area where AI can also affect the ticketing, how it's being done, is the personalization of the experience. Of course, AI can do it better than a human, and how many manual tools you have in the system, they will be able to recommend you the best content for you. Like we are seeing this happening now with Netflix, with when you go in and it's like, oh, how they can get this right for me and what I want to see next. And it's like, oh, this is also something I like. So that's something that also AI can do. So mainly the ticketing, future of ticketing, if you think as a technology only as a part of ticketing, is a better purchasing experience, less steps and so on, like a simplified, that you feel friction. We don't feel friction when we're buying a ticket. But as I said, like, I think systems evolve naturally themselves. So once you start doing something else from a social part of ticketing, you can talk with your friends when you go or so on. That's also beyond ticketing. So you can't call it ticketing anymore.
So we
should
say
find
that
another
you
term.
guys are looking to create some kind of a digital concierge or kind of a digital butler that can cater most of your needs, especially in that niche?
It can be.
Okay.
I think the first step with all platforms across the region would be a search that has an AI in it, and it's proactive on recommending you things and telling you where to go based on your needs or budgets. You know, I have 20 dirham. Where should I go next weekend? I don't have more than, this is 20 dirham shows. Go, and instead of you spending time and search, exactly like what GDP does now. You don't spend time on your search on your own.
Yeah.
It just curates everything for you in a very short time.
I'm trying to dig to see what's the future of the Platinum, where you guys are heading, but you're not giving me any secrets. You must have signed. Shall I sign an NDA to be able to be asking such questions?
Yes, and all the people who will watch the Yeah, I need to be careful. We have some cool things coming up. We really are excited. I'm excited myself, waking up every morning and trying to see what we released more, because we're working on them since the last 1 or 2 years. So it's really cool what's coming up in Platinumlist. And once those are out, I can talk more about it.
So you're just creating the teaser now, teasing us of what's coming, and we have to wait until you guys release it.
Yeah, true. Maybe, yeah.
Let me ask you something. Let's say someone is in the industry and they just started on it. And of course, you are one of the titans in the industry. So what kind of an advice would you give to a starter? Except that don't start. Any other advice would you give?
We are not the titans. We are still humble. We are acting as a startup.
By the way, no one said that titans are not humble. We are talking about how big your organization is. Come on,
yeah.
let's be very honest. In the Middle East, I can fairly say that you guys maybe have lots of competitors, but you don't have competition. Is it fair to say?
Yeah, we can say that we have our competitors in some areas,
but they're nowhere to be seen.
Sorry?
They're nowhere to be seen.
They are. We're working with them in some regions, and inshallah will be better than what they are doing. So yeah.
You're too modest and you're too nice. You're a very diplomatic person, and I can see
we are in competition with ourselves.
Why you are the CEO of the company?
Yeah. So my advice would be I think you just need to do the right thing. Yeah, like try to understand, because that will be what will propel you in the business. If you're doing the right thing, then clients will come to you, customers will come to you, and that's the only way every business is being born. Where is a need, there is a business. It's a problem, there is a solution.
How many
Solutions
staff you
are.
have?
Sorry?
The staff, how many you have? The employees?
We are now 215, I think.
And where are you located? In which countries?
We are located in all GCC, in North Africa. We are in Europe, multiple countries. We are in Asia as well. So we have a part of the team in office based in all of the GCC countries, but also we have remote team members, talents that are across the world, and they work on hybrid. Maybe sometimes they pass by, stay for a few months.
Yeah.
So it's all setups and forms and shapes of working in a company.
What's the vision? Are you guys looking to IPO it? Is it going public? Are you guys gonna keep it? Any plans to one day sell it? Like, tell me, what's the biggest vision for it?
Let's see. I'll be honest, we had offers to sell, but we refused because
Offer was too low.
not really, but it's very important with whom you want to choose to move
Carry
on.
on the name and to carry on the reputation and
Yeah.
the image, of course.
It's about you being in sync with the partner and sharing the same vision and understanding what benefits brings you to the business. So maybe we didn't find that so far. And of course, as all the businesses, I think all the businesses in the world are going IPO if they are successful and so on, and they reach a certain threshold. So of course, that's something in our mind when time comes, and definitely will inform the people, will make some noise about it. But now we are focusing on the business, trying to get our products really good, trying to launch new products, trying to launch new regions. So this is a wide plan that we have, and natural plan that's happening to us because we are being dragged in that direction, and we always keep our hands on the pulse. We need to know exactly what's happening.
So you told me earlier that when you're not working, you are spending time with the family. But I
Yeah.
want to know that when you are not working or you are taking that break, how do you unwind? What do you do? Is it sports? Is it a kind of activity how do you get your mind off work?
I'm cooking.
Cooking. Wow. Wow.
Is the activity who disconnects me fully from work.
You have
So
no idea how much I can relate to this.
yeah, wow, nice.
I love
nice.
cooking and I cook.
Yeah,
And when I tell people, they're like, come on, man, you're always in fast cars. You're always doing this crazy adrenaline activity. I'm like, yeah, I like those too. But cooking, something about it. Like, I've loved this since I'm a child. I'm not I'm not an amazing chef. I am not a pro, but just like me doing all of this with my hands and seeing the final result, irrelevant of it's tasty or not, just gives me a pleasure.
yes, same here. Like when you try to balance the taste, you need to put thought to it, so you disconnect, you don't think about anything, and then make sure it's crisp or whatever it needs. So you need to give attention. You need to really. You can't leave it like that. So it takes all your full attention, and it's also physical. That's good. It it puts the blood in motion in the brain, and
Yeah.
it's oxygenates. So I think is my way to really not work or think about work.
And I found something else, which is also, I don't know, for me personally, it's mind blowing that all of my life I've never really looked at it. But have you ever tried growing trees, vegetables, fruits? Like, I
Yeah.
just started this literally 10 months ago. And I
Okay.
promise you, just like when you see Like when you are planting it and it's just like this small and goes big, and then you will see like it's hanging the fruits and you take it out. It's a feeling like, I don't know, like raising a family. Like it gives you such a pleasure. Like it's crazy. And most of the people don't even care about it. They buy their groceries from, I don't know, from Deliveroo or from wherever, they just go send me this and that.
No, I agree with you. And funny story is that, like when I was a kid, I was spending my summer my summer vacation in my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
So always my grandfather was, whenever he was planting tomatoes, or they were like these tomatoes which were growing in another part, like in the cucumber or whatever area, he was saying, Cosmin, this is yours. You need to take care of it.
Yeah.
So I was like every day going, making sure the bad weeds are removed. I was watering it. And then at the end of the summer was like this big grown tomato. I was like taking my tomatoes, and my grandfather was like, now we'll make a tomato paste from it and it will be yours, and we'll put it in a special. So it was like a feeling like, like it's your baby, because it grew from a seed.
It's like raising a child. Like it's
exactly.
It's amazing. Listen, this has been amazing. I can have conversation with you for like hours, but the problem is like you're too conservative with information, so I'm not gonna push for it. I just want to ask
you can try.
Last question. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of the events, which was the most touching event that you've ever been to? From all of the events, from everything you passed, there is one that touched your heart. Tell me about it.
I think it was Ed Sheeran.
Which year was that?
2 years ago in Dubai Autism Arena. No, in Sevens, sorry. Dubai Autism was in 2016-17, sorry.
Yeah.
And it was in Sevens. There were two shows after each other. And I think I was coming from Bahrain or something. And I just went, I picked up my wife, and then we went to the concert. And when I went there and I saw like 30,000 people, it was the stage in the middle, and it was the turning stage where Ed Sheeran was running, and then it was 360. And me and my wife, our wedding song was Ed Sheeran, and that song started singing, and then I was looking at the crowd, 30,000 people with their lights on, and then my wife, and it was a really good experience.
I'm sure you looked at her; she was tearing up all the time. Holding hands.
Yeah, it was a really good feeling. And then see the results of your work.
Yeah,
that all of these 30,000 people bought through your platform. Customer experience was good. They entered as well to scan in 30,000 people with customer support problems, everything flawless. And also the customer review was really good. And I was like, I think our product is not about the ticket you sell. It's about the emotions you make after, we sell emotions.
And that's how life is. No one buys the product. No one cares about the product. They all want to remember, how did you make them feel?
Exactly. It was unbelievable. I was there tired because I had a flight, business trips, sitting late with clients, and then just sitting there and see how 30,000 people energy is cheering up for the concert, which was delivered through our platform. Very, very fulfilling.
I'm sure it was. Cosmin, thanks a lot again for coming on the show. This has been very pleasant. And whenever you have any new releases or any new updates, promise us that it's going to be released in the market through my platform.
We have some cool stuff. I will let you know, and we will release it through your platform.
All right.
Yes,
thanks a lot.
I will.
Thank you for watching this episode. See you in the next one.
Making moves Broadway, real estate king, stack bricks all day. Bought a crib so tall, can't see the ground. Cash flow endless, funds never drown. Dubai skyline,